Um, shall we? Okay. Hello, everyone. Everything is well. I hope on your side. And tonight, at least, it's 8 p.m. in Turkey. We are hosting Alice, young BPW Europe's representative. And it's a pleasure to host you, Alice. And how have you been?
Hi, good afternoon and good evening. I'm located in Genoa, and so I'm very pleased to attend to this talk with the topic of the competitive advantage of gender diversity. So, may I start?
If you like to, we are looking forward to listening you.
Okay, so a special thanks also to BPW Istanbul that invite me, first of all, to this opportunity and to talk about this topic. As Odd says, my name is Alice Minuto. As BPW member, I'm the European Young Representative, and in private life, I'm working in steel industry for a steel trading company. The idea of talking about gender diversity as a competitive advantage come out from my job, personal experience inside the multinational company, and the opportunity that I have had to share the idea with other women, the experience with other women, thanks also to BPW Association. Obviously, gender diversity, talking about gender diversity, it is a positive way, a positive approach in the direction of the goal number 5, launched by United Nations for the Agenda 2020 together to the other SDGs. And the gender diversity explore the part of the advantage that we can see inside the company if we do the gender equality proposed by the goal. Of course, we are not so much online right now, but every idea that could come from who is following the talk, please just interrupt me or text me with Zoom, and I will be more than happy to open the discussion about and discuss with other experience of you. So I think we could start with the topic. We could start from a question, because diversity and inclusion increase in our business agenda. But the question is how we go from talk, that is something that we are doing just right now, to walk and to approach the real step and the result. That's the question that many that are changing their mind into gender diversity are now asking. So first we have to analyze the environment where we are working, and we are facing modern companies that are operating in a high competitive situation, and they are looking for a bit of, we can say, blue ocean to pursue their strategy and profit and maintain or increase the market share. That is a bit the aim of the business. And the time is ripe to allow the change in our company and community. Saying time is ripe, we mean that we are ready for this change for some reason. We can say that right now people are more available and open to hear about gender diversity, and many of the company are already seeing gender diversity as a competitive advantage. We are not we are updated on this topic. United Nations are still working on gender equality, and we are now enlightening the advantage. Then there are inside the company, outside, through the association, the community, many improvement towards an inclusive strategy. The other things is that our mature European economy, but world economy also, is running on the red ocean, where soft internal factor could make the difference on the result, and an inclusive policy inside the company could be one of these soft internal factors that change the operation. But now we will see everything in the detail related to this soft advantage. So, but exactly what we expect for gender diversity. I mean, what does gender diversity deliver to the company operated in a competitive environment? There are many points. We can talk about processes, operations, and moreover about the idea at all levels, from employers to top managers. So gender diversity could be a part of innovation processes led by the entrepreneurial ideas. This idea could become a strategic idea in terms of product positioning, efficiency, operation, and becoming the strategic innovation of the company, in something that starts inside the company and extend as a competitive advantage outside on the market. We are talking exactly about this. Hoping that everything is clear. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to explain, but I think that could be clear for you. Then we are talking about this, but the statistics are supporting what we are saying. Exactly the statistic that illustrated how diversity work is both profitable and competitive advantage when exactly diversity work. For example, one of the first results is when there is a woman on the board. It's just need one woman in the board. A business reduce the chance of bankruptcy by the 20%. As it is incredible, because it's just by having only one woman in the board. And then another one, when employees find that their organization is working with diversity seriously, the innovation revenue increased by 83%. Are just some values, some percentage that we collect to support the theory of the competitive advantage in diversity and inclusion. Of course, if we create a safe environment inside the company, we can pursue a gender balance, and we can increase all our results. But one of the first steps to encourage gender diversity is to work in recruitment. A good gender balance starts from the recruitment operation. The fact in this way is that it's more difficult to talk about gender balance than, for example, ethnicity, because people don't acknowledge that there is a problem on the gender balance, usually. Enlightening for the importance of having a free speech with the employees, with the people during the recruitment process. It will help and make gender diversity working. Diversity, of course, must be fundamental and not just something that we have to fight for, and must be also addressed by the company. in the investment that company do in this way should be made through workshop and consciousness concerning the diversity. This will help step by step to create a powerful environment related to the gender balance. Fortunately, today, as we have said before, the diversity is part of an open debate in many companies and many different situations. So we are not talking about the moon, and companies are open to create a sustainable plan, including the diversity that could be gender diversity, cultural diversity. We have many of these topics inside of the company. Companies are sensibilized on this. Then just to monitor the situation, we can have some key questions that we could have to improve the balance of the gender in our organization. And we have to ask this question. One of these is, does your organization provide a safe environment for women? We have to work in this way. We have to create before the recruitment process the safe environment with the right policy. In fact, one of these is if we have a strong anti-harassment policy in place inside the company. Is there any unconscious bias in the way that your organizational processes and systems are set up? Or if the balance of power in your organization is equal, if there is a sufficient gender diversity on the executive team or the management in every department. Those questions have to reach the right answer to create the right environment to start the gender diversity and then benefit about the advantage that we are telling in our panel, in our speech today. If there is some question, just please interrupt me or raise your hands or type on Zoom, whatever. Yes, okay. If I'm too fast, or just say me something. Okay. Another things relating to the sources, the resources are one of the...
Actually, I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. I have a question at that point. I'm a lawyer, so I'm a little bit far for that management or economical terms, but maybe for the other audiences would like to learn more about that. Where would culture stays in that scenario, in that picture?
Sorry, Austria.
Okay. Basically, I'm trying to understand that. Would the culture of the society, not just the culture of the company, but also the culture of the society, would be a kind of effect on while they were making the decisions on gender diversity within the company?
Okay. Yes. As I said, the company are open and is an open discussion to face this topic of gender diversity inside, especially if we approach this topic saying that is something that allow them to reach profit and is an internal way to move. Company has to be prepared and has to work to reach the balance, and they have to create the right environment to start this policy, the right environment for women and for the balance between male and women inside the company. just to better answer to your question, one of the first things is to challenge the gender stereotypes. Maybe it's silly to think that men and women still aren't being treated equal sometimes. And one of the first things that companies should do is to check that everyone respects each other. Another way to pursue this challenge on the gender stereotype is to work on a fair communication. Have a fair communication inside the company, avoid some misunderstanding, avoid the unconscious bias, avoid any sort of harassment. If everything is played on the right way, on the way of gender balance, company should have success in this way. Also, it is the answer that you expect?
Thank you very much. It's good. Thank you.
Hoping that I have correctly answered to your question. Okay, a bit back to the gender diversity. We are talking about the research. The last things that I would like to say related to the recruitment and the resourcing company is that a good gender balance attract and retain talents. And as you know, resources are one of the most important assets of the company, and retain talents, avoid the escape of the employees, and create a good environment will contribute to the final result. Company with a good network, role models, mentorship are attracting and retain skilled women, skilled men also, of course, and are proceeding in the way to produce idea, profit, strategy, and different point of view in every situation. Obviously, we have to be inclusive. One of the things that nobody thinks is the promotion. In the organization, sometimes the process for giving promotion is not maybe right, or is handled with some stereotypes. So we have to ask how are the people that are selected for promotion is well balanced between female and male to give the promotion. Do you have a fair promotion practices? This is a part of what we are saying before about the rules. If there are rules, there are also the good best practice, and also in promotion. I just would like to enlighten this fact about the promotion process that we are seeing inside the company. We can say something about the benefit, just to recap the info that we have said till now, because there are many benefits that then correspond to competitive advantage. One of these, I think, for me, is one of the four. Is the first of this benefit is within the talent pool. So ensuring the gender balance enlarge our staff, enlarge our opportunity, and attract talent. Just to also recap what we have said before, we have the opportunity to engage more talent pool. Then we have multiple perspective. This is a big benefit because we can benefit from different point of view, which come from different life experience, we come from different culture, we come differently from a woman and a man. We have different point of view that that lead our company to have rich perspective for the same topic with different opinions. Another point is improve the staff retention. As we have said before, an inclusive culture and gender diversity increase the staff retention, and is very, very important. Improve the understanding of customer need, because two different point of view coming from multicultural gender diversity are improving the possibility to understand what exactly customer needs and the solution that we can provide to answer to the customer needs. Another thing that is more related to the community is that our organization is improving the reputation. Yes, because we are also pursue the goal number 5 of the gender equality, and in this way we are improving the reputation of the company. We are well balanced, and also the people are attracted from our company because of the safe environment, the good environment that we have created with a good gender balance. One of the last but not least, because it's the aim of everything, it's the high profitability. So from statistics that are showing numbers, especially one of these that I think was one of the first report done by McKinsey. I think the name is Delivery Through Diversity, made from them. Is a study about gender and cultural diversity. Company that are doing gender diversity are 21% more likely to experience above average profitability, and company with more cultural and ethnically diverse in the executive team were 33% more likely to see better than average profits. So diversity appears as a great benefit for our organization, especially in the environment that we were seeing in a red ocean market with a high competitiveness between the company. So if we are improving inside our company, we can reach more profitability. Then I have prepared some really rough statistics, but in short, we can say the gender balance in different fields. If we are talking about politics, I found some statistics that are showing that the women in average in Europe, in the European Parliament, are between the 40 and the 39%. So of the total. This is not enough, but we are arriving to a gender balance. And in the company, it's really, really different between every country. Approximately, we could say that the country located in South of Europe have a poorer rate of gender balance compared to the country in the north that are more pursue the strategy of the gender diversity. This is more in general. If you have some question about this, if someone is
just to expand the discussion, and I would like to give you some other statistics.
Yeah.
That a few years back, as I remember, that the European Union made a research between different sectors and the gender balance to understand where we are standing. And it seems like, for example, Turkey is the best country in academia regarding the gender balance, except that when they check that, yes, 55% or more of their academics seems to be women, but unfortunately only few of them got their promotion on time, or they were promoted to become a professors or deans or the board of the faculties. So it seems like although those numbers seems like, yes, we seem good, in practice we still understand that there are problems when we get the promotions.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's good, and it's the effect of what is happening to a right policy on the promotion.
Yes, as you emphasize that, yeah, the promotion is also important, because you may recruit maybe 60% of these people would be women, but if you don't get them promoted, why they are working in there?
Absolutely, 100% agree. To reach a gender balance, we have to prepare policy and best practice really well done, and only this way we can attract also skilled women to cooperate, and then we will reach the profit.
And is there any other comments or questions?
I have a comment, Özge. Thank you very much. And I remember there are, I think, only four rector. I don't know what's in English.
Rector of the university.
Rector of the university, female rector of the university. There are so many, maybe deans, etc. But directing the universities, we have very, very few, unfortunately. This is one of the comments I wanted to make, and these percentages are everywhere in all areas of the societies. I think not only Turkey, and in many other countries as well. Therefore, my question is to Alice. Do you think that positive discrimination is a solution to this, or do you think that still women have to come to those ruling positions by their virtue and by their, legacy, etc.? What do you think about this positive discrimination?
I don't catch really well what you mean for positive discrimination in this way.
I'm trying to tell. I mean, I would like to know your personal view, because when we speak with company directors, managers, etc., and many believe that there is a need that as a company rule, company policy, that women have to be promoted. I mean, if there are in this talent pool one woman or one man, women have to be appointed to the positions instead of men. My personal opinion, yes, that should be the case, because otherwise always men are selected for the ruling positions. And I would like to know your opinion. Do you think that is a good way to promote women, or do you think that women come to these positions?
Okay.
That's my question.
Thank
your
you.
personal view,
No, it is correct. In this way, we don't have to create a discrimination on the other side. I think that meritocracy, it's one of the best solutions. So who has to reach the top level, the leadership, have to be the person that have the enough knowledge to reach the position. That could be male or female, doesn't matter at all. We don't do discrimination in this way. If it is just for a matter of gender balance, in my opinion, it's not correct, because meritocracy should be at the top. We are now pushing because we are trying to create a favorable environment, a sensibilization on the company, to engage, to empower women also. But because we know that often women are not daring enough to reach some position, maybe there are some stereotypes. We are with other action right now, talking with this open discussion, we are trying to influence each other, our mind, to be open to engage women. But in my personal opinion, meritocracy is on the top. Then you can select, but the gender, a positive discrimination should be made only if the level of both are exactly equal. Then you can select based on the composition of the staff that you have already in your company. Personal opinion, but if some other have a different one.
Thank you.
Yes.
We have a question from Dr. Yasmin Darwich.
Yeah.
Please go
Yes,
ahead.
hello everybody. It's
Hello.
a pleasure to be here and to hear all of you and how you are dealing with this matter. But I just would like to tell you that one of the things that help us to convince the companies to increase the number of women in the board positions, it was the conferences of WEPs. I don't know if you know something about WEPs, Women Principles, that start like, I don't know, 10 years ago at the UN. And one of the points of WEPs is to present the numbers, because for companies, numbers are essentials. So when you present the numbers, how much the companies increase the income having women in the boards, it's amazing how they start to change their mind, you know. So it's something that I recommend to you to look after this presentation of WEPs. And the other thing is, since many years ago, I think more than 25 years ago, before all this start about gender balance, I've been in the one of the universities in Washington, and they select the teachers and the positions in the board only with the CV. And the CV should not have name, age, gender, nothing, only the CV. So the universities select the best CVs. They don't care if it's white, black, old, young, religion, because, you know, also because your last name, you can figure out which is the background of this person. So it was so interesting to see how they select according the capacity that is reflected in the CV. So this is another way to maybe to encourage people to select. So then you will avoid the what do you say now, the reverse discrimination or the women discrimination or any kind of discrimination, because you are selecting by skills, you know. So this is my contribution for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. I fully agree with you that the number have a certain relevance, especially if you are talking about the profit and the company. The CEO are sensitive for the numbers. We have a wide range of industry in our statistic. Probably if I have to talk with a CEO explaining about the advantage, we can just talk in general. And in every company, in every industry, every single company could make the difference in gender balance. Roughly, the statistic given by McKinsey is saying us that gender diversity could allow roughly the 21% of more profit during the first 2 years in a right gender balance. And then if we are talking about the women on the board, thanks to also some law of the European Commission, increasing the number of women on the board could allow a profit above the 30% after the second or third year. Just to say some reference in number that we can understand, but it's difficult to say because we have a lot of company, a lot of in industrial sectors that we have to analyze. For sure, what we can say in general, that is something that for a mature economy like our modern economy that we are facing every day, a good gender balance can change positively the profit. And every company should say how much is a kind of inside soft ability that we can acquire only just by changing the composition.
Oh, that's right. And I also mentioned something else, that that maternity leave issue, when they consider the promotion or while they were recruiting women, although they are not legally in many countries can ask that question, that are you planning to getting married or are you considering to have a children? But implicitly, they would like to learn that, what I'm feeling. And a few months ago, one of the famous Turkish TV presenters were criticized because of her hair were not good enough and she seemed so distracted. And then she posted something on Instagram, and she said that she had 8-month-old baby, and in Turkey legally you can take a 6 months leave, maternity leave, and then she said that she has to work financially, she cannot take it longer, and no matter what, although her husband trying to support her, she cannot fully come back 100% like she didn't have the baby at that time, because of course she's distracted. And she said that some statistics show that when women have their children, they cannot it took longer for them to come back to their work fully with their full potential, and most of them are coming back within 5 years to reach that potential again. And I realized that I watched the documentary, and I knew that in some countries like Iceland, also fathers have to take the paternity leave. And they claim that it really helped in terms of gender balance and gender equality in society and in companies. What do you think about that?
A really positive way. I think that the company does asking the question about kids, if you're going to be married and so on, is a sort of unconscious bias that we still have to fight. In this way, we have to fight because it's not a question. And so babies are doing by parents, not only by mom. And so in this way, we have to work a bit more compared to Finland, Iceland. Also in France, there is the congé paternel, that is the paternity leaving. I think also in Italy is possible. It's really a positive and modern way to think and to take the responsibility of having a baby in a couple. Yes, is a really, really positive fact, and it's for sure help to fight the stereotypes.
Okay, because the thing is, in Iceland, fathers have to, they don't have any other option, they have to live with the mother.
Fantastic.
Yes.
No, if they have to, positive. I think that the decision is something that both should take, how to handle the little baby. But yes, to have the possibility, give also some part of responsibility also for the male is optimal for this fact.
Yeah, that's true. And also, some of my friends who are working in private sector, especially, they said that after when they came back to their jobs, they found that many of their male peers would already got their promotions before them, which is an important factor too, because while they were in maternity leave, they were getting promoted, and they don't have to wait for another 6 months. But if the fathers should take the paternity leave, they have to wait for getting their promotion as well.
It's curious. It's curious. So we are facing this fact of gender balance, and every also this is the part of the responsibility of this decision is also related to the law and the government. Government is put on the floor some policy that are helping to this gender balance, and we are seeing the effect through your words.
Yeah, but besides the meritocracy to get the gender balance, in practice, what would you suggest as a solution? I mean, not one, of course, but what would be the ways to improve that gender balance and eliminate the biases, gender biases?
So I think that gender bias should be fought and excluded inside the company, inside the community, before taking place of a strategy of gender diversity. Fighting all the bias, the unconscious gender bias and everything, all the negative facts related also to harassment, have a proper policy inside the company to avoid any critic situation. And then when you have the right environment, you go ahead with engage and attract women and talent at all levels, starting from the employees to the top management. It doesn't matter at all where you have to position. What is important is to respect the balance, and the balance is the combination, I mean 50-50, not the opposite. I mean, we are talking about gender balance and referring to women, but could be also the opposite. Sometimes we need also male, some kind of company in certain industry, poor, of course, the opposite is not so often as per the women, but we have to select also some male to include in the company. Just to talk in the two ways, the gender diversity and gender balance is for both.
Okay. No, you're right, and I totally agree with you. Is there any other comments or questions or any suggestions? From our participants? I have just very last question. Okay. That where the glass ceiling effect is standing of all those issues.
Sorry, also.
I'm trying to ask that how about the glass ceiling effect? Can we say that all of them are also a kind of glass ceiling effect? All those biases or every issue we have so far talked, or is it something different?
I don't know what do you mean for glass side effect.
Glass ceiling effect, like the is a term that you can we are using it for the women who they cannot, for example, get promoted because they are women, but in the background they have the biases.
Okay. It's pretty much the same fact that before we have to fight this kind of behavior internally. This may be more related to the stereotypes, not to bias, but to the stereotypes that we have to fight to avoid exclusion. Because if you want to pursue a policy of gender diversity, before we have to clean everything that is wrong, behavior especially, or the fact of the promotion, everything that can create exclusion and not inclusion. We are opening discuss about the fact that we are sensitive about the inclusion, and we are starting from company that would change. All the other part of our discussion is made for a low company to think that there are more possibility, more benefits if you are taking a strategy of gender balance, and you have to work in this way. But we are not all at the same level. Some company maybe has to fight, some other has to clean, some other company has to improve, and some other is ready and should just implement the strategy.
Yeah. That's really interesting that you emphasized every country, every company have are standing in a different levels of this issue, but I believe that's true.
Yeah, it's not related to the country or to the industry or whatever. Company are handled by, could be multinational or held by an entrepreneur that decide the strategy and everything inside the company. It's very related to the person, and that is handling the company.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there any other questions or comments?
Maybe I can give you one more comment, because I think it's important, the digital transformation. And I think there's an opportunity for more women to be included in the workplace through digital transformation, because companies are not going to look at the gender in this case. They are going to look at pure meritocracy, as you said, women or men, doesn't make any difference. The thing is, the important thing, the crucial and the most important thing for a company is that this person can do can adapt to the digitalization in the company using technology, etc. So therefore, I would really recommend everyone that we have to empower women in this area, in digital transformation. Otherwise, I think the gap between the gender gap will remain like this. And if men, men seem to be more interested in technology, so we have to really give the opportunity, or the girls have to take the opportunity to study any kind of technology, whatever it is adaptable to the world today. So that's my comment. It's really important, I would say. Thank you.
Yeah, fully agree with you, Selda.
And I really enjoyed the topic. Honestly, it is really interesting and it's quite deep as well, as you mentioned at the beginning. I cannot see any questions or comments, I believe. So thank you very much for this interesting presentation, and I hope we can do another one, maybe related topic or another topic with you in the future, maybe in the winter. It could be really lovely, because the thing is, those kind of topics that we are all facing, as you mentioned, no matter which country we are living or which sector we are working, but we all observe or having those issues or feeling them. So they are really important.
Yeah, and also, we can also follow up this topic as a young BPW member with the contribution of everyone to raise the different point and part of this gender balance. It's really important. We can create a sort of task force and go ahead in this way. Maybe in winter we could be more than one to present and work on this topic. Yeah. The idea come out together.
I hope that would be really important work, and so I hope after we hear good news from your masters, we are hoping you and Tommy will lead us about it.
Thanks. Finger crossed, almost at the end. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you very much, Alice, for joining us tonight. And thank you very much for all our audiences. And I hope we will meet in September and during winter and next spring for other coffee talks, or maybe other events, related topic, follow-up topics, or maybe in other events. But thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you, Özge. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.